we are going to attempt this repair here, and I know many of you have done it. What I'm talking about here in this right here, which by the way, I'm thinking I can probably start fabricating this and pocket some more money because I just paid near $600 for this little cylinder. This is your typical Ditch Witch floating vise cylinder. It goes right under the lower vise here, and actually you can only see the hoses right here. They connect or interconnect to the main cylinder. The problem is this is plugged into the main cylinder, and over 400 hours, 500 hours, the problem always comes up. This blows up, and it's because this cylinder is probably rated at 10,000 psi pressure. So that pressure goes into this because it's piggyback on the back of it. So it's a big problem. Hopefully the manufacturer one of these days finds out and does something about it. However, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And while it doesn't happen, I can make money with this. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll offer it up in our site there for sale later on as the time progresses. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's the cylinder right here. And this is the vase that attaches to, which is supposed to be welded right in here. And it came right off of it. I don't know what they're doing here, but obviously design flaws everywhere. And to remove the whole vise, we need to remove the front end. To remove the front end, we got to clean the front end. They designed these things with a loose nut behind it where you can't get to it. Sometimes get off my truck and I got trash on my hand. Got the keys on the other. I got the keys on the trash. Put the trash in my pocket. All right, I think it's talking time here. And we see this every day. Drills come in and the excessive wear on here. This is supposed to be a perfect circle here. Now, what has happened here is at some point or another, the operator has failed to replace the wear guide bushings or wear pads, whatever you want to call it. This thing right here wears out, and the rod now is contacting our strike alert system, which not many people know about what this is, but this is very important here. If this system is not operable and up and running, the operator of this equipment could be killed in the process. And the reason why is because when this is equipped, so it alerts the operator of a strike system or of a strike underground. Let's say he's drilling down whatever it may be, and then he hits a power line. Now the whole drill becomes energized by the rod on the ground. And so at that point, the operator gets alerted of such thing. And if he doesn't get alerted, which in this case, he will never get alerted because this is broken. If the machine does as much as hitting electrical power lines, the operator will not be alerted. And at that point, if the operator gets off the machine, touches the ground, immediately, the minute he touches the ground, he'll be dead, electrified. So it is very important. You see stuff like this, I need to bring it to my customers' attention because if somebody gets killed, I don't want this to be my responsibility. So pay attention to that. Make sure your drills are up to operating standards. It's just problem after problem. This thing is bent. So I can already see it. I get this pin out and it's out of the socket on the other side. This vise is loose, and it's just a problem waiting to escalate to something else. So I got to remove the hydro lines on the other side so that I can pick up this vise up and do my work here. You know what? It feels so good when you pick up the right wrench that it's just my enjoy this moment forever. I'm gonna win. And when I win, I feel satisfied. That'll be at the end of the day. Looking at this sharp edge right here, it's very nice to hit your knuckles on. Like that. This hose, even though it's the same size hose and everything, they got a smaller nut here. So now I need a different wrench because this one is too big. That's just to top it off and ticks me up. So now I need my inch and an eighth back. No, still not. This is an actual 1 1/8. Lines here is the oil supply for our truss pullback motors on this gearbox here. So essentially is what makes this go back and forth. And the customer want to replace them, not because they're leaking, as a prevention, because they think it's gonna leak. They're severely robbed around. So now it's up to us to replace it. So now I can't grab a hold of this one because my wrench does not fit either way, but I have a trick for this. And now what I got to do is I got to remove this fitting here, and then I got to get a hydro wrench, which is angled, so that I can stick it in there. And this, now we go back to 1/16. Yeah. Come on, you fitting from hell. I know what you guys are thinking there. You can just move the gearbox forward. But it's the location that is going to allow me to take the whole hose out of the carriage without struggling. So you'll see in a minute why we have the gearbox in the position that it is. Whew. Thank God that one was easy. Okay, so now we disconnected the other end, and then disconnecting this end right here allows the hoses to breathe, and hopefully everything's downhill that way, and all of our oil gets transferred to our oil pan on the bottom. Oh my God. Okay. No bolts to be removed there. Ha ha ho, look at this. This look. What I see here is this is the original hose, and that is a replacement already. But we're not gonna play around. We're just gonna replace them both. Forget it. We do things in pairs, or not at all. Yeah. All right. I've done the oil service on the VC 1500 chipper. Right now we're getting to intermission. This is about lunchtime. I'm a little hungry. I'm gonna have to call my parts specialist to come pick up this hose, have them sized and matched to perfection. Get them back to me in probably about an hour. The hoses will be back. We can go back into installing them. And in the meantime, after lunch, if the parts guy is not here, then I'm gonna continue taking off that cylinder. We talked about getting that chipper done, getting this done, and that other chipper over there. And this is kind of turning out to be a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna stop for a second here because that chipper I think is very simple to do. So I want to jump over to that and then try to figure out the problem that they're having. Um, so after we finish that, we can come back to this, and we might not be able to finish all the projects that I kind of figured I was going to do today. However, I did a hat change. That's really good. Hopefully you guys taking notes on there. After the sun goes down this way, it gets colder, so we want to protect our head. And the customer previously tell me that they purchased a battery from AutoZone, which I'm already thinking bad things because of it. But we're gonna go ahead and check it out and find out together what the problem is. We're gonna give it a load test. I previously charged it when it came in because they said it was dead, so I charged it for about 2 hours in low, so it comes up to life. And immediately, I don't like what I see. This battery has 11 volts, which right off the back, if this battery sat for 2 days here and it was fully charged, it should not be anything lower than 12 volts. So if I give it a load test here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds, and it's discharged. So there is a reason. I don't even know why. This is a brand new battery. So, and just to show you, we're gonna go ahead and test this other battery that we have here. If I connect to it, oh, look at that. It's over 12 volts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a way better battery. And this is probably 3 years old battery, but it has been sitting here, not charged. So I'm sorry to say it, but once again, AutoZone has failed us. Failed to sell us a good battery. That battery is garbage, and it's only maybe about a week old. So our customer here was worried that the alternator was no good, and I tested the alternator when it came in. The alternator is charging at 1430, so that's plenty of charge for this chipper to maintain himself. And as the day goes by, the battery just depletes. Anyways, that was easy. We fixed that chipper. We just need to get him a new battery. I'll give him a call and see if he's willing to go exchange that with him. It does fire.
But it started, yeah.
Yeah. There's no draw whatsoever. Case closed. Let's go. Cross-threaded it. Somebody put this this is a 1/2 inch 13, and that's a metric bolt that belongs in there, like the one I'm gonna take out right out of here. Should be the same. And voila, it is, because that one was cross-threaded in there. They put in American threads into the metric threads. Very nice. Garbage. Looks like that thing wants to fall off. There's number 159 pain on the ass bolt. are fighters, and they will fight you all the way to the end with piles of grease. See all this? Here it is. Now we just gotta manage to take this one out of here and put this one in its place. Yeah, the only way you can take this, the connection on the cylinder on the other side, right over here, is got a pin with a clip lock on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of, and the clip, obviously, it's gonna be on top. I try to get that clip out of there from over there with all this gunk in there. The clip is somewhere down in there. So let me carve all this grease and grime out of there, and then I can get to the clip so that we can remove the cylinder. And then even then, we cannot put this back together because where the cylinder attaches, the base here is broken. This base right here is supposed to be welded in here, but it has to be welded somewhere here. Gotta figure that out. I think that's not the only thing missing here. Somebody already cut this off. This is not even part of it. This lock right here is right here, where it goes from here to here. Somebody cut this off for I don't know what reason, probably easy access, but this wall is very prone to the drill pushing it over that way. So this is the main support for this wall. And so being that somebody cut it off here, now we have an unsupported wall, which the first time this gets pulled that way or pushed that way, it's just gonna open up. Actually, you know what? It already has, because the pin on this side was not mounted to the pivot on that side. So this is already spread open and it's causing our vices to operate the wrong way. So it's right at the edge of this, right? If we put it right there, it's just like that. So if we go here, it's supposed to have the same measurement. Look at how much is open right there, about 1/8 of an inch. It's a lot. I mean, you're talking a 3/4 inch plate there. It's not easy to make it move or flex that much. You guys bring a machine in for repairs and you guys don't clean anything. You guys bring it in here like this. Well, we're gonna charge you to clean it. So if you want to save some money, clean up your machine before you bring it in and you save some money. It is what holds that cylinder in there. And if you lose this clip, it's about $50 over at Ditch Witch. Okay, so don't lose it. Whatever is left of a cylinder out. Yeah, so if you ever want to attempt this to do it yourself, you have an idea more likely what it is. I think we're about 3 hours into this, just trying to dig this baby cylinder out of here. So we're gonna reuse these hoses and put them back on the new cylinder and attempt to attach it back the way this one was in there. Hose number 1.
Edgar Armando.
Oh shit. Armando wanted me to come over to this place. I'm not gonna make it. Clean hose? What? Clean what?
Hose.
Look it. Oh, it's a beautiful hose, dude. This hose is gotta be damaged.
Hector HLS.
All right. Pass
on
it
it?
on. Speaker, please. Hector.
Hey Anthony, how are you?
I'm great, man. How are you? How's your vacation going?
Good, good, good. I'm back for a little bit.
For a little bit. Now we're back.
Yeah, I heard they dropped off the 1500 on.
Yeah, they were having issues with the charging or something. I guess they would charge the battery all night and then go to work, and then the next day it'll die again.
Have you checked it?
Yeah, I checked the charging system. It's fine, and then I proceeded to charged the battery and then let it set for 2 days, and it came back negative. The battery lost charge over a period of 2 days. So the battery is weak. Something's wrong with it internally. But being that it's a new battery, so we just need to go and ask for a new battery replacement.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, go ahead and take care of it. Sounds good. Thank you very much, Anthony.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay, well.
Be damn, Richie. I'm a badass. Did you
Right?
know that?
No, I didn't.
We can't put this thing back on till we weld that stupid thing over there. But connection of the cylinder. So these two plates attached to the cylinder, and then they're slotted so that you can in turn adjust how much that cylinder actually pulls. So the cylinder, it only actuates about 1 inch, and then we have maybe 2 inches slots here. So I guess you can regulate how you manage that onto the cylinder. So we're gonna try to weld this piece back in there so that we can attach our cylinder, because not only the cylinder was blown apart, but also this bracket was sheared right off. Here we are, day number 2, day in the life of the hydraulic specialist. And we're going on day number 2 because obviously we couldn't get much done because people are always calling, and I have to silence my phone just so I can spend a little bit of time trying to get this YouTube thing going. So anyway, we have continuance of the 2020 here. We're gonna do a little bit of welding onto the cylinder that we're replacing, because it was not only the cylinder blown out, it's also a broken piece in there. And we're gonna continue putting in the hoses that we got delivered yesterday, kind of late towards the end of the day. And we have Steven working on a BC 1500 today, which is part of yesterday's accomplishments that we wanted to get done. But anyway, so he's gonna continue on that. He's got like 2-3 more things to do. So we're gonna go back and forth and kind of just show the whole inner works of the hydraulic specialist. We'll see you around. The loop was broken, so I want to make sure that all of our connections are good. Cylinder butt connection. Cylinder. Oh, I like my voice right here. Can you hear me? Hello? I sound very good. I'm like a TV announcer right now. Designing it that way. Like that. Which you can see that this thing is open by that much. You see that? I have to maybe tack weld it here and then close this up so that it's on its original width here. 4 3/4, 4 5/8. So it's not much. It's just about 1/8 of an inch away. Four and 3/4. That's our mark. Woohoo! Sweet! Man, I love this welder. I think I just figured out what the problem is here, and hopefully the customer watches when they're pulling the material back. they have it onto the line. So they pick up the augers and then they move the drill back. And at that point, if they disconnect the line from the motor of the drill, then you're doing all your pulling with your front vise. When you have your front rod clamped on and you're pulling this back, then what you're doing is you're putting tension on this plate here, which in turn is going to break this support back here. So if you are doing that out there on the field, make sure that if you're pulling the material away from the pit at the end of the job or the end of your drill shot, do not clamp the vise onto the rod to help you pull the material back, because that's the wrong thing to do. Then that's how you break this apparatus here. Gotta put my gloves right now.
Yeah. So, they should tell us separately. If they don't, then I'll just get the whole thing. Obviously.
So right there is broken several different spots. I think we're gonna reuse this. Yeah. So these things are good too. We're gonna use this.
Other guard.
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, that one's good too. They didn't get touched on the boxes.
Serpentine belt.
Serpentine belt.
Yeah,
we gotta replace that.
Side of the radiator support.
I just need a partner.
That ties in.
So we got ×2 on those things.
All right, so we have this BC 1500 in right now. This thing is coming in for issues with our charging system / battery system. Initially, the customer bought a brand new battery, and a few days later, it went to go start the machine again and wouldn't start. Battery was dead. Keep in mind, they just bought this battery a few days ago. So they bring it to us, come and check it out. Battery got load tested, and we ultimately determined that our charging from the alternator was okay, and we determined that the battery maybe had a bad cell or something internally was shorted in it, something that pretty much led us to say that the battery was the issue. So I went and turned the battery in yesterday, came and got a brand new one, and have it hooked up now. Make sure all the connections are good and legit. So we have it hooked up to our load tester here. As you can see, our load test is putting us right at 12 and a half volts. So that's perfect voltage. This battery is fully charged, and we're going to go ahead and start the machine now. So now, as you can see, our charging is low, and it's not charging at all from our alternator. And it's actually not doing it right now, but what we were experiencing earlier was the alternator would hear a tick, and then you would see our voltage jump, and it would start charging. But right now, it's not charging at all. It's actually completely dead. So earlier, what was happening was we were hearing like a click or something in the alternator, and we would see our voltage jump and it would start charging, maybe for about an interval of 5 seconds or so, and then the click would happen again, and the voltage would drop. Now it's ultimately not charging at all. As you could see, when it was running, and our voltage dropped to around 11 and a half volts. So ultimately now we determined that our alternator is the problem. There it goes. There it goes, right there.
Okay,
So now it's completely, yeah. Now it doesn't want to do it when we're trying to video it. But I mean, as you can see from here, our voltage drops under 12. So we're not getting any charging at all from this alternator. So now we're going to go ahead and remove this and replace it with a new unit. And then we're going to come back and do the same test. And hopefully we can show you how it's supposed to behave.
we just got done welding this bracket into the vise, and now we're gonna proceed to put this clamp back into place and put it all back together so that we can deliver this equipment back to his owner. Last pin for the lower vise here, and as you can see, I don't know how I got this, but with this kink right here, actually it don't sit on the other side. So I'm gonna try to straighten it out before I put it in there, so that we have a better sitting in there and allows this pin to actually get in on the other side, because this kink right here allows the other side to be out of the socket. So let's see if we can straighten it out. Got the kink out. The first kink, this is actually double kinked. So that's the first one out. Let's see. I'm gonna put it this way, secure it, and tap it down a little bit. Attitude adjuster. I think is better. Hopefully that'll give us a better hold on that vise. It's got a little kink, and I'm gonna take that out by forcing it this way a little bit. Bam! Rebuild. Yesterday, I think somebody put in an American bolt here, which it prompted our problem. What you got there? Let's see. Whew. Whew. Gotta love that.
Right in, huh?
It goes right in the hole, like,
No friction.
oh, look at that. Huh. The right direction, boys. Can you see this is a regular 1/2 inch 13, and what we need over there, I don't know metrics, but something that is close to this and has got the right pitch threads. And I'm gonna go find one right now. As you can see, the threads are not the same because this is metric and this is an American. Actually, they're pretty close. This is why they did the wrong thing, because it's pretty close threads, but yeah, this is the right bolt. So let's see if we can stick this one in. This new bolt and the hole that is threaded correctly, and it had the right bolt in it, and as you can see, it goes right in it, no problem. So we're gonna have to put a little bit of oil on this bolt and then force thread it in here, so that hopefully it makes up our threads back on there, and it'll be the correct bolt in the right hole. The only problem with this, and I hate it because I can never get the bolts to match up on the head. The threads are the same, but yeah, when you come in here, oh, you know what? This one is the same size head as that one, so I might be able to use the same socket on both, which I love. Yeah. If you're lazy like me and you don't want to retap the hole, this is Miracle Oil right here, and it's accomplishing tapping the hole while screwing the bolt, so it does two jobs at the same time. Let's see if it works. It's supposed to be a Miracle Oil. Let's see. It's kind of still tough, but it's gonna do it. I just gonna need to give me some more leverage because I'm too old for this shit. So if I let it sit for a minute, it'll cool down, then I can turn it the rest of the way and cinch it down without breaking it. Oh, look at this. What a great axis they made here. All right, we're gonna leave it there. I'm not so sure that it's all the way tightened. Well, it is, so it's as good as it's gonna get for now. All right, so we have put in all our bolts right in here, and I can allow you to take a shot in here. That way you can see how this thing mounts on here, and then we're just gonna cinch these bolts down and then mess with the adjustment a little bit, and it should be perfect. Hey Siri, text Hector. The alternator actually failed, and it's actually intermittent, comes in, goes out. So a new alternator from Vermeer is at a price of $1,100. So it's kind of out there. I was thinking on sending it out for rebuild. What do you think? What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put it on this chipper and then allow him to go out of the rebuild. And then once the new one comes in, I can have it here. If this one fails, then I can always put in the new one that he wanted. I'll see you in a few. Bye. All right.
Turn the phone off with your face.
My nose. Right now, it's sitting home with this Spices, and somebody replaced this cylinder and they set it up an inch away. So you can see the old markings here where they actually set it up. So to do that, I will have to move this Spice up higher and set it on that position. And the cylinder right now underneath is open, and I know that because the way of this thing is holding it open. So if I tighten it right here, it's gonna move it an inch when it actuates. So by putting it in the old in the old markings here where they set it up before, it's already struck lost. So when that strokes, it actually is not doing anything, it's not moving because it's already struck out. So right now, to make it work, we just need to tighten it right where it's at, and then you'll see it once we start the machine up. This thing is gonna move an inch and do his thing. Otherwise, the cylinder is gonna break just like the old one broke. So I'm pretty sure that old one is not that old of a cylinder. Somebody replaced it and did the wrong thing for it. So we keep finding good things in here. We don't have any leaks. We'll check at the end of the day, make sure that the fitting is not gonna leak out. Oh my God. Somebody made this hose and it's too long. All right, thank God it's going on. Oh yeah, that's the one. All right, so that was a number 8 Orphase seal. Now we can proceed to put our nasty fitting on. Rep gloves and 2-3 cuss words. Connection of the piggyback cylinder is gonna go on right now. Let's make sure the O-rings are in good condition. I usually just feel, and I can feel whether the O-ring is flat or is it perfectly round, and this one is still in good condition, so we're gonna go ahead and attach it with that same old one. I suggest that if you're gonna get into this kind of repair, previously to do so, make sure you have a box of Orphase rings for this application. Also, a Boss O-ring kit will be highly advised. Not necessary, but it does make the job a lot easier when you're in the middle of this, trying to get replace this piggyback cylinder. Okay. You hear that? That's the sound of money. This is my cash register right there. This thing's the wrong way. And I'm tired of explaining to them what happens here. Rotation goes this way, so we'll put it this way, and it has a good piece here to wear out on there. So oh, there it is. It'll get him another couple shots. This is a completion of I call this the float cylinder, or the float cylinder. It'll make this cylinder float up and down with the little baby back cylinder that is on the bottom of this. So as you can see, I don't know if you capture or you're able to tell how to do all this, but at least that'll give you an idea as to how I do it, and maybe you're challenge yourself and to do it. And if you find a better way, go underneath there, go in the comments and let me know how you did yours, so that maybe I can learn something from you. And this way we can both help each other with this problem here. It is not a fun job, but I like doing it just for the purpose of getting dirty. There it is. So we have the problem here is to make sure that the line on the inside there goes to the outside here. If it makes sense. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's line these hoses and get them ready for install. Okay. Which one is? Together. Hey, you got it. Yeah, how glad am I to see you guys. Where you guys been? I guess this is why people don't wrap it. Right? It's just do it the lazy way and hold the hoses right in the hole with no coverage. Too much for an old man like me. Complaint number one on this equipment was the float cylinder on the front bias. Second being these hoses that were robbed off. And third, I guess this fitting right here, every time they're operating the machine, it leaks. And you can see probably on the bottom where you see clean area down there where it drips onto. So we're gonna take this apart here, and I'm almost positive that inside here there's an O-ring. It's called the face O-ring, and that's gonna be a number 12. So we're gonna crack this open and replace that O-ring and give it a go. I guess I need more tools.
You better start coming through, because you said that like every video we made.
Wait, we'll be tightening it right here. So now we're gonna go the other way. Sometimes it works better when you tighten it a little bit more than what it was, and then try to loosen it. Like this. Not really. See the O-ring in there is literally gone. Here you can see this O-ring was actually not worn out. This what happened, somebody at one point or another had this off, and when they put it back in, they didn't realize that this had moved out of his groove, and they actually tightened it out of the groove and pinched it. We're just gonna put a new one in, and this thing should be as good as new. There it is now mounted in the groove. As you guys can see, it's not out of the groove, so that's gonna be perfect. So not to be confused with a face O-ring. This O-ring is a face. This O-ring is a OR base. OR base are a little bit thicker than the face, so you can see the difference right there. So we're gonna go grab an OR base. Oh, look at that. That looks good. Let's go with that. Like they know where they belong. Huh. Okay. So I just want to make sure they're not, don't change. And
See, now it goes, but like before, see, I have to push like 5-6 times before it gets going.
there. All right, so hoping this is gonna be easy. And then we can go back to our day's work. Pues, sí. Te voy a decir que si no lo arrimas, no lo arreglo.
Ok, lo voy a arrimar ahorita en la tarde.
Ah, pues.
Sale.
Bye.
Hey, ¿quieres un servicito o no?
What's that? Oh, Simón, ahorita ya cuando llegue lo miramos y te hablamos de eso.
Sale, bye.
Bye. The stuff that you do with this rig is amazing to me. You know, picking up homes and moving them from one side to another. It requires a lot of brain.
Can I tell you something?
Uh-huh.
When people tell you're a badass, it's all right. But when a truck driver tells you're a badass, that's the real deal right there.
Yeah, because they know
That's
know
right.
how painful.
Last week, I went to a job site right here in Fontana, and one of the drivers out there, like a big rig driver, was like, "Man, you're a badass." I was like, "Bro, I just do my job. I love what I do. That's all. That's all. If you love what you do, nothing else matters.
This
You're
is the
good to
switch
go."
right here, right?
Yes, that's the one.
See that? It comes on and it goes away.
Right.
Right here on the meter. Right here on the meter, you look at
Oh,
it.
it comes on and then it goes. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see. I
Yeah.
see. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
This switch is bad.
So can you change it for me?
Yeah.
Because like that mirror right there, like when I haul like
We don't have any switches like this. That's the problem. Okay, so what does this one do? Hitch.
that one is the hitch.
We need a
Six-way
six-way,
switch.
and I wonder if we can find that at AutoZone because this is a cheapy switch. This is the reason why you're having the problem. I can get switches but they're like $60 a piece.
Doesn't matter to me, bro. Like
Yeah,
if you
no,
fix
but
it right, I don't
they're
have a problem with
different.
it. So I can go to work tomorrow.
Hey Siri, call Edgar Preciado Mobile.
You know Carlos Mencia?
Yeah.
It's as his brother says, Samana, bitch.
Samana, bitch. All right. So like I said, if you even wanted to do this, you can actually no, you obviously cannot.
No, Antonio, I'm not doing anything, man.
I'm not doing anything.
No, Antonio, look at me, bro. I got my jackhammer right here. I got my sledgehammer in the truck. That's what I'm good with. I don't do electricity. All right.
Okay.
That's why you got to make money too. You got to get paid. Like you do what you do, I do what I do.
Let's do that. It touched the frame up here, and this is grounded. This frame.
Oh,
So
shit.
it fried whatever fuse that is bringing the power in. So we got to go over there and find that.
And Steven's back.
We are seeing the wires going in.
Bumping.
All right, so we have a fuse here, and this one's good. That's good.
Yeah,
they're
that's
both
good as
good.
well. They're both good.
Good.
All the time.
All the time. How the hell do we open this? Abracadabra.
It's a good one.
It was smoking, and now I have no power on the panel at all. So where would I find the fuse for
There's
that
nothing
panel?
here. Let's just hope that they were smart enough to weld this stud onto the metal and it's not turning on us on the inside. Right? Now it'll lift up. There is the fuses.
Yeah, it's welded.
Good.
So we don't have to take the other one off, right?
No. They're all lined. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So then what is the problem?
We have a green, a red, and a yellow, and a black. Green, yellow, black going in the cord, and it should come out there. Green, yellow, black, red, white.
Because like, see, when you flip that one on, it's supposed to come.
Welcome back.
So, see, it's dead now. And if you turn it on,
How about the other one?
the other one, yep. We're live, boys. Well, this one is gonna
Yeah,
have.
that one is the. But I mean, like.
Okay.
So Antonio, for right now, I would say just put it back and see what you need and order all the parts.
Yeah.
So, Antonio, when do you think you're gonna get the parts in?
I can get them by tomorrow.
Okay, so
I
then
can call them right now, and then.
Then hey, listen, tomorrow afternoon, actually, I'm gonna be here in Miraloma. Can I
Okay.
come by tomorrow?
Let's do on Friday. Yeah, we can do that. There, we'll probably pay $5 a switch, versus $60 or $50 a switch.
Now, Antonio,
makes
like, I
a
mean,
difference.
I'm gonna keep this truck, for a long time. Just get me like, the best switch that's out there. Like, I mean, like, not stupidly, expensive, but
It's something
Quality.
that is
Yes.
good.
Something quality.
exactly.
Yeah, but we weren't able to find the fuse. I think I'm thinking that it probably has a power reset somewhere, or it could even be that. That
popped.
yeah. It's better to be stupid, because stupid people don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, bullshit.
No.
What do you think?
Okay, so
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they did.
Fuck stupid
Still
people.
recording it.
I hate.
I don't give a damn.
I used to work on this since all day.
I don't know what this one
So
does.
you hate him?
Okay.
Freaking Volvo.
One day at a time. One day at a time. Yeah, give me about 2 hours.
2 hours?
I
Okay.
should have an answer.
By the time I get home, I'll call you and we'll see what's going on.
All right, man.
Antonio, thank you so much, man. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you. See, that's why I come to you, man, because like, you know what to order and you know what to do. It's not like, I go to somebody and, it takes a week and a half to figure out like what's going on, and then another week to order the parts, and then, come back and, leave the truck with me for 2 days.
No. We'll get the stuff in and we can get you out of here within an hour.
Man,
All right.
you're speaking my language, bro.
All right.
I'll see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Later, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, we having a customer come in and pick this machine up, so we want to finish putting these hoses back in so that they can have their piece of art. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson. I'm gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. ¿Quién anda por ahí? Que no te miro. ¿Eres Juan? Working. Here's working. This is why equipment makes himself right at home with the hydraulic specialist. One down. Es que somos los dos. Él, yo creo que a veces trata de decir una cosa por no ponerme en mal, porque hasta eso que se me hace que sí me quiere el vato. Oh, sí.
Estamos con producción.
De emoción. Pues lo más cierto. Con el Daniel. Hydraulic system. Got to get the air out of the little cylinder or else it'll blow. So by going back and forth like you see here, it'll allow the cylinder to get filled with oil and take the air out and go back to tank. And that way you're gonna see the vise. See how it moves down a little bit? That's the function of the little cylinder. You go the other way and it moves up. That's all that little cylinder does. It pulls the vise up. It's gonna pull it down. So that's it. She's ready. So there you guys have it. Hopefully everybody learned something from here. It is very hard to explain and to do the job at the same time. But if you guys pay attention to all the stuff that we did, you might be able to pick it up, be able to do these things yourself at home. I want to try and dig out and see if maybe that's it. Should we dare to do it without a funnel? Can we do it, folks? Can we do it? Give me a check on the eye, see if it comes up. So halfway should be good enough. We're just gonna go all the way to the top and stop it at that. On your ditch witch, if you don't want to pay the high price of ditch witch, I'll give you a little tip. Merit AW68 hydraulic oil is very, very comparable to ditch witch fluid. I don't even know if they have an actual ditch witch fluid, but I know with Vermeer, they carry their Vermeer branded. And a pail like this, it's about $150 there. And you can actually get that for like 45, 50 bucks at the right place. So beware, do your research, find it.
All done.
My mind's playing tricks on me.
I like this lights.